Welcome, welcome. I'm gonna take a few minutes before I actually get started. I want to thank everybody, anybody who comes in. Thank you. Let me take care of a few things before I get started on here. Thank you. I appreciate your patience. As you can see from the title is President Trump, the worst president the United States has ever seen. I give you an opportunity to share your opinions, but these are my thoughts, man. I have a number of reasons, to support my thoughts. And this is just my thoughts. I'm not going to force it on anybody. It's open to debates and open to share your opinion. One thing I do ask is that you will be respectful. That's all I ask. You will be respectful. Um, One of the things I do want to point out, just getting started, I remember during the election, you know, time that the media spoke to Donald Trump, and they was asking him about Project 2025. Every time they asked President Trump about Project 2025, he would deny knowing anything about it. I don't know what's 2025, 20 Project 20. I don't know what it is. I'm not with that. But as we can see, as you know, he's been here in this short amount of time, he's been implementing a lot of executive orders, cutting hundreds of thousands of federal jobs. These are the things that President Trump has been doing. And also remember him saying that on day one, I'm going to deal with the economy and the egg prices. And they try to make it like it was an issue of the egg prices. And that's why people voted for her. But what he did, he established and signed executive orders. One of the most outlandish ones that he signed is he pardoned uh, all the January 6th rioters and stated that they were mistreated. They were treated unfairly. And he let, I think the number is around 1,600 violent offenders out. They'll always hear back to blue, back to blue. Well, these rioters and white supremacists came in, they stormed the Capitol, harmed people, and somebody died, maybe more than one. Somebody did die during the attack. They stormed offices, broke windows, crashed through doors. But these were the people that President Trump chose to give a pardon to. It's really kind of disgraceful, it's disrespectful to those who fear for their life during the attack. And another issue we're dealing with, as I spoke about, the federal workers being cut off, given an ultimatum: you quit or we fire you. So they were threatened by Donald Trump and his administration to quit or to be fired. Man, we lost people from the let's even start with the aviation, the federal aviation. We lost jobs there, jobs in the IRS, which is the Internal Revenue Service, the CDC, the FDA. Let me look on a couple. It was a couple more that Donald Trump just fired people from. He's cutting Medicaid. Mind you, Medicaid is, there are people, elders, our parents, some of our grandparents, that rely on Medicaid and Medicare to survive. They're at the age where they need their medicine. And now you have Donald Trump come in. He created what's called as the Doge. Some people don't even know what the Doge is, but it's actually Department of Government Efficiency. So he created a new branch, if you can call it a branch, that oversees and looks over other branches. Elon Musk was initially the head of that. Some people think that he is still the head of Doge. But when he was asked, I saw an interview where Donald Trump was asked, is Elon Musk the head of Doge? Is he an employee of Doge? Or is he even affiliated with Doge at all? And President Trump could not give a straight answer. It was more like, well, he do this and advise that. And that's what we have. This is where we at. So I do state that this is the worst president of the United States. He sympathized with white supremacists. He attacked minorities. He wanted to take away Black History Month. And then, speaking of Black History Month, President Trump had the audacity to hold a Black History celebration at the White House. That was like egg in the face. Wow. So disrespectful. So disrespectful. Because on one hand, you try to say that really Blacks are unqualified. That was the attack on DEI. But he didn't know, because he didn't do his research, that DEI benefit white women the most. They at the top of the list. Veterans, disabled, white men, Native Americans, and at the bottom of the list, man, it was African Americans. So DEI didn't benefit African Americans. And I want to clear something up on DEI, because people try to make it sound like some bad thing. Y'all giving people jobs who are not qualified. That's not the case, because actually DEI, first, it stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion. Mind you, there was a time when, all jobs, government agencies, it was all white men. And you could be qualified. But in a lot of cases, they will not give you the job because you was African American, or you was a woman, So they created these different initiatives to try to hold these organizations, businesses, and companies accountable and to make things more diverse. Don't think they were hiring anybody who did not deserve it. It was the complete opposite. They were denying people who were qualified, maybe in some cases overqualified, but yet you deny them because of the color of their skin. So y'all wasn't giving us no jobs. We work hard, we earn these degrees, and yet and still we were not given the opportunities. You can go at some of these state agencies today. This is in 2025. You will see at the head of the majority of the departments are white people, mostly white men. And in all cases, they're not just the best, but another same old trick, the good old boy system. They keeping minorities, people who are qualified. Let's get that straight. They're qualified, but yet due to this subtle racism in this country, is subtle. I say subtle racism because it was subtle. But we come into a time in Donald Trump's area is more overt. It used to be covertly, secretly. Now it's more overt. So they want to attack funding on HBCUs, historically black colleges and universities. They want to stop funding or stop Black History Month or stop even giving you a holiday. The next thing, let's see what they do with Juneteenth. Juneteenth, for those who don't know, is, the holiday. That's when, the slaves were free. But the message took a longer time to get out to the people. So that's why, they celebrate Juneteenth as a celebration of the freeing of the slaves, or let me say the friends of the African descendants who were used as slaves. So I'm gonna go back to my statement. President Trump, in my mind, is the worst president in history. And that's domestically, how he treat African Americans, Latinos, other minorities, and also foreign, dealing with other countries. You can talk about the tariffs on Canada, somebody who's been a neighbor, who's been a friend, who fought side by side with the United States. You creating unnecessary problems. And now you try to declare yourself king. If y'all remember, during the election, President Trump stated that if you get me in, you might not have to vote again. This was a whole big plan, Project 2025. And now with him and Elon Musk, the Doge in there, they have decided they're going to do what they want to do. President Trump stated that if I go against the Constitution for the sake of saving the country, I'm not violating anything. Those are not the words exactly. I'm paraphrasing. So that's setting the stage up for him to go against a court order or anything, but then say, I'm doing it in the name of saving the country. And if I'm working to save the country, I violated no rules, no laws, not the Constitution. They're setting up to avoid having to be held under the standard of the Constitution. Man, they want to rewrite the Constitution. They want to heist this country. And that's where they at. And you have the Republicans are just going with it. You don't have voices to come up and say, listen, I don't think we should be doing that. Let's consider this. So the people like John McCain's, even President Bush, both Bushes wouldn't have went to this extreme. I ain't gonna say I agree with, the policies. I'm not talking about policies or none of that. I'm talking about being stand-up people, supporting the Constitution of the United States, and not agreeing with a hostile takeover, as Donald Trump is trying to do. This, if he's successful, it will be a hostile takeover, not only with the United States, but he want to take over other countries. And he's upset with Africa. President Trump's problem with Africa, South Africa specifically, is that they got a strong leader right now who's not submitting to the powers that be of the West. And he's saying, listen, what happened in this country years ago during apartheid, and even when they took all the land from Black people, now we taking that land back. And this particular man is taking a stand. But Donald Trump said, nah, you're not getting no money from us. And want to call him out like as if he's a bad individual. Back to Trump, man, he causing problems in the United States, in Canada, in China. He wanna go to war with China as far as financially. That can lead to a actual physical war. So we're going to see what happened with that. But my question to everybody is, he made all these executive orders when he really wants something done, he get it done. What he say? The art of the deal. The art of the deal. And the main issue as he was running was the economy. That was one of the number one issues. And the next one was the border. He haven't done anything for the economy. My question, man, what has President Trump done for the everyday American citizen? That's my question. What has Trump done for the American citizen? Let me know in the comments section. What do you think Trump did for the American people? I know what he did for the billionaires and for Elon Musk. They instantly, all the ones that was there instantly gained billions when Donald Trump got elected as president of the United States. So yes, he already helped his billionaire buddies. But my question is, what did he do for the American people? What has Donald Trump done for the American people instead of be divisive? And he tried to do both hands to like it's going to eliminate one. I take away Black history, tell y'all can't practice it. And then I hold a Black history event at the White House. That's so disrespectful. And as he said, he want to be king. Long live the king is what President Trump said. So anything you want, he wants you to come bow at his feet, submit to him as I step on your neck because I'm the king. And also, he can't have nobody in his cabinet that disagrees with him. That sounds more like a dictatorship. You can't even disagree with the president of the United States. But that's why we got checks and balances. That's why they got checks and balances in the United States. You got the three branches of government. One branch look after the other. There's no one big power that can take it all. But the way things are going right now, Donald Trump is setting it up to where he will have ultimate power and will be a dictatorship if it's allowed. But I don't think that, Americans will sit back and just allow that. I would hope not. So I say, and beg to differ, you share your thoughts. I say President Trump is the worst president in the United States. And his effects already is hurting millions of lives. You got hundreds of thousands of jobs that's just been taken in the name of downsizing. But he want to manipulate us and say, we're going to send checks to Americans. Okay. Whether you send checks or not, it's not going to change my thoughts and what I see you doing. Can't buy our vote or loyalty to you. You can't buy mine. I'm not going for it. So I just want to say, man, President Trump is the worst president of the United States, man. And may we make it through these 4 years. May God bless us through these 4 years. May those who have a conscience, who can see clearly, continue to do the right thing, man. Let your voice be heard. Do what you can to make a difference within the law. Do what you can to make a difference, man, because we in some trying times. And we got a man who has not been elected, voted by nobody, but he's running the country. Talking about Elon Musk is running the country as if he is the president. So my words to you again, I say Donald Trump is the worst president that we ever had in history. But we're going to continue to stand tall, man, and let our voices be heard. We're not going to let him big boy us and manipulate us into, I did a Black History Month, so let me get the black people. Ain't going to happen, man. Ain't going to happen. I'm excited to see those who have been standing against him continue to stand, but that's what it's going to need, man. And now he said he wants to run for a third term. So it's either, those are his options. See, he's trying to set the table, run for a third term or just be king where he won't have to vote again. It'll just be Donald Trump and his madness and all his racist administration. And it just get worse and worse. So, man, I just want to thank y'all for taking the time to watch this live, whether you see it live or you watch it later. I thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If you found value in this video, I ask that you will subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified anytime I make a video. Y'all be safe out there. Continue to let your voices be heard. No surrender, no retreat, as they say. We fear nobody but the Most High God. But I thank y'all again, man. Until next time, y'all be safe. Peace.